Fit and Tan Nation, it is day 26. Day 26 of the Fit and Tan Challenge. And I sent you guys your numbers last night. You should all have your new macros. I also gave you your fat loss target for the next 4 weeks. Okay, well, about 4 weeks. Okay, so that's our next mini goal. And listen, if your mini goal is something like crazy, like, you know, it says like 53 pounds or something, that's because you haven't had your second scan done. So you'll notice in the email that I sent you, just beneath your mini goal target, there is a note that's underlined, and it says that if you haven't had your second fat scan done, then your fat loss number is inaccurate. All right. Okay, let's talk about some foods here. Rice. There's a big difference in the amount of carbs that you're going to get between cooked and uncooked rice, right? Because rice, like pasta, absorbs a lot of water when you cook it. Okay? So if you look up rice and you're looking up the amount of carbohydrates, and let's say you look up a 1/4 cup, but it's uncooked, it's going to be a massive amount of carbohydrates. It'll probably be somewhere around, I don't know, probably somewhere between 70 and 100 grams of carbs. I suspect probably closer to 100 grams of carbs. Okay? That's because it's uncooked, all right? So make sure you look at these things, all right? If it seems like it's a bit crazy, the number that you're getting, you know, double check whether it's cooked or cooked, especially with these foods that either absorb a lot of water or lose a lot of water, okay? I mean, there's not a lot of foods that lose a lot of water. I mean, typically with meat, you lose meats and starches like potatoes and yams. Potatoes and yams, when you cook them, you're going to lose like 25%. Same with meats, about 25% moisture, okay? Rice, you know, you're going to like 8 times the number, okay, with the amount of water that it absorbs to cook it, okay? So just be, you know, aware of that. How do I keep salmon fresh? Okay, well, I don't know if fresh is the best word. How do I keep it from not going bad? Well, there's a few things. One, I try not to handle it with my hands at all, okay, after I've cooked it. So obviously I always wash my hands beforehand, and also salting your meat in general, whether it's salmon or any other kind of meat. If you salt it well, it will last longer, okay? It will preserve it. All right, now this person asked me in particular, you know, when I take fish out at work, I don't want to, you know, have it smell everywhere. Yeah, I don't know how to get around that, you know. Certainly a marinade or something, or how it's glazed, I think can make a difference. The glaze that I make tends to have garlic in it, so crushed garlic, so it smells. There's really no way around it. It's fish. It's going to smell, unless it's fresh out of the oven, it's probably going to smell a little bit fishy, okay? Although I never really think that salmon smells that bad, to be honest with you, but all right, so if you handle it with gloves, the meat, that will keep it lasting longer, and also salt it. That will make it, that'll prolong the life before it goes bad, okay? But, you know, typically I eat all my salmon within about 3 days of cooking it, 3-4 days. So I never have any issues with it, okay? Broccoli. Do I do broccoli bagged or do I do it fresh? I do both, actually, but I usually do bagged because I buy it in the bags from Costco. Now, obviously the bagged version is going to have some preservatives in there. For sure it has to, because they want to make that broccoli last a little bit longer. So fresh is always a better way to go. I also think fresh will probably be less bitter tasting. But I don't really notice a difference between the two when I cook it. And the way that I cook it is I boil a pot of water. I pour the broccoli in there. So I chop up the broccoli into, like, you know, basically little mouth size bits, so little florets pretty much. I also use the stems. They all go in the water. And so once the water's boiling, right, I pour the broccoli in. I make sure that all the broccoli is covered by water. And then I turn the element off and I let the broccoli sit there for, 5 minutes. I usually have go over more like 7 or 8 minutes. And that's it. That's all I do. After the 5 to 8 minutes is over, I drain the water, and that's it. If you like a little more crunchy, go with 5 minutes. If you like it a little softer, go with 8 or 9 minutes. Okay? So, but I don't really notice when I cook that way, I don't really notice that much of a difference in taste, okay, between bagged or fresh. All right, and the reason I cook it that way is it's just very convenient. It's easy. All right, it's time saving. All right. I don't have a food of the day today because I talked a lot about foods. So I'm going to keep this video a little bit shorter today. And I want to leave you guys with this message, and it's a very basic one, and it is do the work. All right, do the work. That's the only way anything's going to happen is if you do the work. Thinking about it won't make it happen. Okay, dreaming about it won't make it happen. Talking about it won't make it happen. You actually have to do it. And I know you all know that, but I think we need to hear it sometimes. You've got to do the work, right? So you've got to do all your weight training sessions. You've got to do all your cardio sessions, and you've got to really hone in on those numbers. You've got to plan to prepare your food, or you will not see change, or you're not going to see as much change, okay? We want to try to maximize our efforts. So be as accurate with the system that I give you as possible. So I've given you the system, right? You hear me say it every video. 3 resistance-based workouts per week, 3 cardiovascular workouts per week, and of course your food, right? Planning, preparing your food, portioning it out, getting yourself prepared, right? That's all doing the work. All right? Don't think about it beyond that. Just do it. It's all laid out in front of you. You just have to do the work. Do, period, the, period, work. Okay? All right. With that said, you got to submit and you've got to commit. Long-term consistency over short-term perfection. Long-term consistency. Long-term consistency. Say it again. Long-term consistency. Don't give up, you guys. All right? Keep going hard and try to improve a little bit every week. Okay? We'll talk to you guys all soon. And if you didn't get my email, let me know. But you should all have my email. It doesn't come from Zen Planner, so you should all have it. All right? We'll talk to you soon. Book your scan with me if you haven't yet. Okay? I haven't heard back from maybe 2 people. So book your scan with me. Okay? If you have not yet, your second scan, that is. Okay? Talk to you all soon. See you guys.